Okay, so happy Wellness Wednesday, first of all. Secondly, I'm super excited for this topic because, um, I love mushrooms. I love to saute them. I think they're delicious. And we're learning more and more about the medicinal benefits of mushrooms. And I'm really excited that you're going to give us more of an explanation on that, Damian. So take it away.
Mhm. Yes. Okay. So medicinal mushrooms. I too love mushrooms. I have to admit, I don't incorporate them probably as much as I should. I think I eat them a couple times a week, but more frequently would be good. I tend to forget to, throw them into stuff, and they're very versatile. But there are some people that just don't like mushrooms flat out. So, but mushrooms in general are excellent. They have properties that are excellent for the immune system, anti-cancer properties, anti-inflammatory properties. They're just really, really good for you. And there's actually lots of studies and research that support that. So there was one recently done. It was a meta-analysis, which means it was by Penn State, the medicine department. So a meta-analysis is when they're not actually conducting their own research, but they're looking at all of the research done on that particular topic over a long period of time, and they're kind of compiling it and coming up with, this total outcome. So there was this meta-analysis done, and what they found was really interesting, that those that ate 18 grams of mushrooms daily actually had a 45% reduction in cancer risk. 45%. That's actually quite high. And 18 grams, for those of you that are going, how much is that? Which I was, it's actually just 2 mushrooms a day, which is not a lot. In fact, I mean, you think about it, gosh, you can just buy a bunch once a week, wash them up, and have them sitting on your counter and pop a couple. You can just kind of look at it like, taking a supplement every day is it's my 2 mushrooms for the day. But also, there's lots of different varieties of mushrooms. So I'm sure some people are wondering which mushrooms are the best. Well, the answer to that is all of them are good. So I always advocate to eat a variety, because they're all going to have slightly different nutritional profiles. So eating a variety is good. The mushrooms that have the highest amounts of those types of properties that give you those health benefits are things like, are mushrooms like maitake, maitake, shiitake, chaga, and oyster mushrooms. So those are going to have those are extremely nutrient dense. But don't forget that cremini, the study that I just referenced actually said, really, it's any mushroom. So even, white button mushrooms or cremini mushrooms are just as good, if those are the ones, because they are a little bit easier to eat on a daily basis. I think, shiitake mushrooms aren't known to just kind of wash and eat. They're a little bit chewier. So those I would recommend to saute, and throw some herbs and spices in there. But anyhow, the takeaway is eat as many variety as possible. But for those of you that just can't, there's just people that don't like the texture of mushrooms. So supplementation is good. Or if you are needing more of a therapeutic dose of those properties, then supplementation is a good idea. And, all supplements are not created equal. Of course, we talk about that a lot here. And fermented mushroom blends, so you're getting a wide variety together. They work synergistically. So blending is really great with mushrooms, and fermented, which makes them more bioavailable. So when we're eating vitamins, we want to make sure that a lot of that actually gets absorbed and utilized. And by fermenting these mushrooms, they actually make them more bioavailable to your body, so you can utilize the nutrients. And of course, Designs for Health, our favorite vitamin line, actually does have a fermented mushroom product. There's another one called Organic 7M. That's a great fermented mushroom blend. And for those of you that would rather just pick it up at like a Whole Foods or a natural food store, Host Defense makes a very wide variety of mushroom blends and powders that you can put in smoothies. So there's lots of ways that you can supplement with mushrooms aside from just having capsules. You can also put them in, drinks and smoothies, and but I encourage everybody to eat them in some form, at least on a weekly basis.
Perfect. And we'll be sure to include in the information here that the study, so you can take a look at it and links to those products, because so helpful. But I know that like it's just, to have it accessible, like you said, have it sitting in your refrigerator or on your counter and just
Yeah,
have a couple of them. That's such great advice. Just a couple mushrooms a day.
I
And
know.
those stats are staggering, 45%.
It definitely is. Yeah.
Huge, huge. Thank you so much. You guys all have a great Wednesday, and we'll see you next week.